Spanish colonizers and the Moros fought were known in history as the Spanish-Moro Wars. However, the Spanish colonizer called this as the Guerras Piraticas, which literally means wars against pirates. Onslaughts, exertion, expeditions, battles, all bloodshed for territorial dominant Spanish territory and Muslim lands were eventually called the Moro Wars by the historians. The term Moro refers to anyone who is inhabiting the islands of Mindanao, Sulu, and Palawan who all belong to the Islamic faith. The Spanish-Moro conflict was just the beginning of a series of wars that lasted for centuries. Spain initiated the conflict when they invaded the Moro territories. Their efforts was to subjugate Moros in early as 1500s, with the goal of spreading Christianity among Filipinos. For the Moros, they've been free and self-governing. This is why Moro resistance against Spaniards lasted for over 300 years.
Our story takes us back to the late 19th century in the southern Philippines, specifically in the region surrounding Brunei. It was during this time that tensions between the Spanish Empire and the Moro people reached a boiling point. 1565 to 1578, the Spanish-Moro War Phase 1, known as the Brunei Cut-Off, began. This phase witnessed a series of military engagements and strategic maneuvers between the Spanish forces and the Moro warriors. Conflict involved notable figures on both sides. General Juan Alfonso, a seasoned military leader, commanded the Spanish forces, while Sultan Jamalul Alam, a respected leader, led the Moro warriors in their fight against Spanish colonization. Before the coming of the Spaniards, the Borneans would freely come in and out of the country to engage in trade, collect tribute, or preach Islam. Raja Sulaiman, the ruler of Manila, was even related by blood to the Sultan of Brunei.
The Brunei Cut-Off was a strategically significant phase of the war, aiming to sever the Moro fighters from their allies and sources of support. Spanish forces implemented a blockade and launched multiple military operations to achieve this objective. The battles that unfolded during the Brunei's cut-off were intense and challenging. They took place in the dense jungles and rugged terrain of Brunei, creating difficulties for both sides.
The location itself played a crucial role in shaping the outcome of the conflict. The dense vegetation provided cover for the Moro warriors who excelled in guerrilla warfare, making it difficult for the Spanish forces to navigate and engage them effectively. However, after several years of intense fighting, the Spanish forces emerged as the victors in Phase 1 of the Spanish-Moro War. The Brunei Cut-Off resulted in the Spanish successfully cutting off the Moro fighters from their allies and weakening their resistance.